may be, it doesn't matter if we're on VR only, and we are here for the fourth time with my PS4 also spacing out very weird, and we are here just like last season in a very wet Silverstone, but this time it's not intermediate conditions, it's fully like monsoon conditions. It seems like the storms that were realistically in England are also
mate, yeah. Shocking.
Yeah. Oh, Steve. Steve is getting a little bit excited. He finds himself in P19 behind Chevy. Thomas did manage to get pole. 2. Livered Racing Sam in P3. Adapple Gamer P4. Phil P5 in P6. Sam in Sam with a A with a E in P7, Josh in P8, Marine in a very disappointing P9, Gavin YouTube in P10, Darfifa P11, VRT Wenting on his worst circuit according to him in a good P12, and then Magic Alonso P13, SAR Compassion in P14, Jamil P15, Ritwan P16, Riceman P17, Chavi P18, and then Steve with his qualifying ban, just like Chevy in P18 and P19.
Into a Google account this quickly.
Yeah, just
here we go. Right, where?
Yeah. All right. It surely is exciting. It seems to be working fine. No lag for just now. I'm not jinxing anything. But let's just hope. I pray. I beg. And the last car lines up into his grid spot. And we wait on those 5 red lights. Very nice cinematic view of the cars. And we wait on the 5 red lights. And they go out, and away we go in a very wet Silverstone. It seems to be Barry with an awful start as Sam looking to attack Barry on the line there, and he's up to P2. Thomas leading comfortably into turn 1, and then we have a racing point off track. That's Sam, and he will try to regain some positions on the outside there. He's off track again, and it seems to be all clean. Although a bit laggy from my side, but it seems to be all fine. And a bit of contact between Chevy and Ritwan, I believe, there.
Yeah, a little bit further back, the McLaren of Compassion 99 had a little bit of contact with Gavin YouTube, and in his debut race, he's still ahead.
Phil sideways. Ooh.
Yeah, big save there around left field. He's got very close with Josh actually on the inside. I believe Josh and Phil both competing their home races today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And he's trying to look around the outside. There's no room there.
That looks like the Alfa Romeos are battling side by side through cops, and Jamil's got some damage to that front wing. Xavi passes him with little issues, to be frank.
Yeah,
he's going to move back up.
I'm pretty sure.
360.
Yeah. No fumbling for the Brazilian then, lot to play for in this very wet race. Meanwhile Tim goes past Luke off your screen, says he seems to have the job done on the main straight. He tries to regain something, but there's nothing to gain in that corner. And I believe that's
game I might have run on Barry into club.
Potatoes need to go around the outside of Barry there. And it's the Italian. Yeah, of course, he did say it's one of his weakest circuits, but he has just won his first league race in over a year in Elite Vortex Racing. Josh, meanwhile, is 3 seconds behind Sam and Thomas. Sam is really performing nicely on his return to VRL. And considering a place where he only just about managed to score some points here last season, he's really improved a lot from that point on. And Tim goes past Phil there, and
Phil got a little touch actually into Brooklyn's, which sent him sideways, and Tim just sent one down the inside of left field, got that moved on.
Phil off track again.
Really struggling with the rear end.
I wonder
behind the racing points of battling.
I very much wonder if there are any cars with some wet setups on. Maybe some. I reckon Steve maybe has a wet setup on, considering he wasn't gonna qualify anyway.
That is a big advantage. Steve not really having any park firm rules as he wasn't going out the garage.
No.
All very tight. Berry and Potato Game still battling. Meanwhile, Josh has probably got about a second up the road.
Yeah, that's very impressive. And I must say, Sam and Josh are really pulling away here. And there's a good battle going on between Darth FIFA and SR Compassion. And just at the road is Marine, who's losing out some time. And Steve takes profit of slow-moving Darth FIFA, and he moves himself up to P13.
It's a big slide on the exit though. Darth FIFA sends one down the inside of turn 1. And I can't quite see because of the camera. They're side by side. Bit of contact. Steve taking a long way around.
SR Compassion, both of them were off track there, and he needs to be careful he doesn't lose to his fellow old Spanish teammate, and he's passed. And I also saw a bit of a battle heating up between Barry and Tim. They were just side by side before. Oh, nearly 3 wide between the Racing Point cars and the Gavin YouTube. It's really busy here.
Racing Point still battling.
Yeah, they have to be
dangerous. They've missed out on a lot of points as Luke gets a switch back. Remember last time they should have scored big in Austria. Yeah. Circumstances prevented that. They need to score points today, so they've got to work together and not hold each other up.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, only Luke is only on a points tally of 17 points. That's not representative of his pace.
I think Josh made a mistake through cops. He's dropped back behind Tim and Ardpur Gamer. I believe he's just lit up the rear tyres and gone round, losing 2 places, and that's him off a podium spot now.
Yeah, of course. I'm very impressed by Ardpur Gamer. He is doing the bits here right now. He was only in P9 in Austria, so he's really stepped up his game and he's in a very good podium position. I'm more impressed with Sam though, who's really putting on the pressure on the leader Thomas. And I reckon he might get past.
Doing a good job.
Phil.
I raced Sam here in FEL, a fellow league.
Yeah, fellow, yeah, definitely. Yeah, talking about F1 EuroLeague drivers. Yeah, he definitely has, and he really has come a long way since season 3. So you have to say, very impressed with that. And Darth FIFA comes into the pits for intermediate tires. That's a bold call. Intermediates go on to the Williams driver. No, it doesn't really at all.
Battling in the midfield. Luke has lost a position to Marine, who's making slow progress. He's back up into 9th, his starting position. In a Racing Point sandwich at the minute. The Racing Points, and specifically Luke, down 4 places from his starting position. He's not going to be too chuffed with that.
No, but he's looking to make up another position here on Marine again. Bit of contact on the rear tire of Marine there. Sends Marine into a half spin, and he's going to get his exit compromised, and Luke will go past the Dutch Mercedes driver. And the pink Mercedes is past the real Mercedes. And we have...
Compassion's just made a mistake out of Luffield into Woodcote. He lit up the rear tyres. He's lost 3 positions from that. And Xavi just getting past Magic Alonso.
A lot of the line.
Back for you. Back in round 1, back in season 1 of FEL, me and Steve, Magic Alonso, had a battle for the championship.
Ah, that must be a long time ago then, huh?
That was quite a long time ago, back when I could win races.
Yeah, I know how you feel. Ooh, Barry's got a bit wide there, and Sam has hit his front wing into his rear tires as he came on to the track. There seems to be no damage from his side, just a little bit of a slow downer there for him.
This is interesting. We've got 4 cars in the pits now.
It doesn't seem to be drying up, but drivers are saying, screw it, I have nothing to lose. Onto the intermediates we go, and I must say, if it's... I think we have to make an apology to Darth FIFA. I think he might have made a beautiful call, and he's definitely going to get past a few cars here. Is he?
Well, his last lap time was 19 seconds down. You lose about 25 seconds in the pit lane, so I think Darth FIFA might have just gained 6 seconds on that lap, which is absolutely huge. He's ahead of Luke, who was in front of him at the stop. So I think Darth FIFA's pulled off a strategy.
Yeah, he was out of the. He was
masterclass.
definitely out of the top 10, and it really is fun when you can go from changing conditions. Fortune favors the brave, as they say. So it has done with our FIFA in that case.
Running outside of Compassions, down the Hanger Straight. Is this the Hanger Straight? I don't think this is the Hanger Straight.
No, that's
I should know the names. That is yeah.
That's not
I
very
apologise.
British.
This is, alright, I've got my tea.
Yeah. Oh man, a good battle between those two. Of course, both.
Yeah, just whilst we're on the topic, I don't actually like tea.
Don't you like tea?
Not
Oh
a
my God.
fan of tea. Not a fan.
I mean, it's not really weird considering English people put milk in that tea. Like, you don't do that. You just don't. That's not how I make tea.
In the first place, so,
No, so
you know, you can't have a go at me. Safety car. Safety car.
I don't think that's
Safety car. There's a
Is that a
safety
sa-
car. Red
Oh,
one was
it
stopped
says.
at the club.
And
with
more
some broken
Oh,
front wing.
look at Sam. He has no front wing anymore, and all his racing point and pit crew are coming out late as well. So it will be an even slower stop. It's almost like Daniel Ricciardo in Monaco 2016. His pit crew weren't ready, and he will lose some more time. And his teammate goes comfortably past. And look at Mariah and Sam, who are now, I think Mariah was P10 or P9 and now he's P3, but of course there has been a safety car and a few drivers have got onto the intermediate tyres, and I must say, it really was a master strategy car. And look at the safety car, it's just standing still. Is that normal?
Yeah, I think it's waiting to pick up the leader.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, of course. FIFA might not have gained as much time as he would have liked to, considering the safety car came on the wrong moment for him. And
I don't think he's going to gain massively because of this. Riceman 12 getting a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. I don't think he's going to gain massively.
Oh, it's a virtual safety. Is it a virtual safety car or a full on safety? Because I don't have any mess.
Yeah, full safety car. All drivers slowing down. Well, I think it is. It says it is.
I don't have any message, so yeah, we did see the safety car on track. So leader comes into the pits with P2 behind him with 1.5 seconds behind. I'm guessing those will go onto the intermediate tyres. Ken Marine, is he going to stick it down on the wets, or is he going onto the inters? No, he follows his teammate and he's going on to the inters as well, I suppose. So is Steve, and so is Marcos, who we're gonna lose our pit
These
time.
guys will all get a relatively free pit stop. So this is exactly what Del FIFA didn't need. He needed more time on them tyres. And he's going to drop back and not really gain massively because of this. Some of the big losers are going to be people like, well, those who pitted early and
like
slowly,
Luke.
like Luke. And I think Josh has lost out in a lot as well.
I think Luke is gonna inherit the lead. No, it's not Apple Gamer. He remains in his position, and no time has been lost towards him. And Marine has made up quite a few places. If he can nearly goes over the white line there as he having caught tires and exit there, and he's come out in P7 instead of his original P10, which Steve has now taken, and he's just come out ahead of Barry there. So good for him.
Yeah, so in the end, not really any massive changes to the order.
No, a few drivers in the middle moving up and down, but further, no, nothing really. Tim is...
no clue why there's a safety car.
Yeah, me neither. Was it because of, you said because of Red One he was around, right? Or I don't know, I'm not sure either. Maybe it was because of the rain, because it's possible to have a safety car due to wet weather conditions. And Thomas, still it's from Sam, and I have no clue where Thomas is from, but
neither do I. It could be Dutch. It could be anything as far as
I'm pretty sure his flag doesn't give it away. I have no clue what country that is, but I'm pretty sure that's not his country.
Let's have a look. Oh wow, that is what country is that? Is that Bulgaria?
No. No, Alex, come on, man. No, that's not Bulgaria.
I got a D in my geography. Okay, that's not very good.
I'm very good. I am very good at recognizing flags, but I've no clue what that one is.
I'm good at recognizing flags, but not this one.
No.
Yellow, green, red flag. Lithuania. Maybe.
I have no clue. Huh?
Yeah, Lithuania. Little Lithuania.
Lithuania.
I don't think Thomas is Lithuanian. He might be. I doubt it.
He has a very strong internet connection then for someone who's from Lithuania. And can we just get a massive yay because the stream hasn't crashed? I believe.
I know. We're still up on the GPRL channel, so welcome, guys. GPRL made the return.
Forever in our hearts, of course. Here, my beautiful move.
Yeah, right there. I'm not gonna stop the stream because I know as soon as I do, your stream will go down. So
yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
Have you got any GPR viewers?
Probably not.
Oh.
I can check.
Maybe Yarno.
Yeah, he won't do VRL at any cost.
No, doesn't he like us? Come on, we definitely like him.
Yeah. Well, let's steer away from that abusive behaviour on stream. We're all inclusive in VRL.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, of course.
Unless you have a bad internet connection. No, just kidding. He's watching you, Alex.
Anyway, brief intermittence. Safety car in this lag. In this lap.
I mean, I know my internet's bad, but come on.
Yeah,
that's a bit hard.
Sam, you need to grab your bag of popcorn, mate, and
let's get going.
You have it ready? Are you prepared?
I am. We're gonna be out of breath after this one, I think.
Well, we could be. It also could be very anticlimactic.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Steve has overtaken someone on his foot. Oh, look at Barry. Look at Barry. He's getting feisty. He says, "Let's get it going then." And we are on the way. And it seems that Thomas has put a little bit of a gap there with 610, 710s now.
Very good restart, Thomas.
Yeah, definitely. And it seems to be no further action down the grid, even though Barry is looking to make a move on Steve, and they're very close together. And Barry just misses out. He has to be careful he doesn't come under attack from Travi there. And some good battling going on between Steve and Barry, and Barry has just got better of Steve right now, and he has to watch in his mirrors as well, as Magic Alonso is looking to go around the outside there, but he doesn't see it.
It's all going on behind Barry. It really is. He's really holding up quite a train. He's a popular one today.
Yeah, it's really getting nice and cozy there, but from P10 to P19, or yeah, P19, if that's fair to say. And another Vrl is also kicking off as well. Gavin YouTube, he's lost quite a few places since the race started, but he's looking to make up some on SR Compassion.
I think he was one of the big losers from the stops actually. Pitted right behind SR Compassion. We know he's faster than the McLaren, but can he force his way through?
Yeah, of course. Difficult to overtake in those high-speed corners, so unless your rival makes a mistake and you can just go passing by on the main straight. And
or you might Verstappen.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, he's got to get a better exit here. Yeah.
Sorry, cutting you off. Going back to the front of the field, Josh made a bit of a mistake. Thomas across the line sets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:40.2. Not necessarily record-setting times.
No.
As to be expected really with these conditions up. Just a look at the tyres though. Darth FIFA hitting early, gaining an early advantage, but he's got 2, 3, 4 lap older tyres than some of the drivers out on the track, so that will definitely come to affect him come later on in the stint if it doesn't dry off.
Definitely, of course. From 2018 to 2019, wet weather tire wear has really has gone up a bit. On F1 2018, it was really easy just to go like one easy one stopper, but like this time you have to really look after your tires.
I think it's a great addition. I really think it is, and it really will test FIFA's tyre savability. Meanwhile, further forward, Thomas is really hammering down a gauntlet. 1.5 seconds he's got to Sam, and Sam's holding a pretty stable gap of about 8/10 back to Archibald Gamer, who I have to say is doing an outstanding job to be holding in P3, just ahead of Tim Wenting. And we know Tim, he's definitely up there in the championship, was on there for a podium finish last time out in Austria, got punted off by Steve.
Yeah.
He'll be hungry for a podium. You really will be.
Definitely, especially on his work. Especially considering it's his worst circuit on the calendar, so of course anything in the points he'll take.
No Felix to the course, so he'll be able to get some points over his teammate, which I'm sure he'll love. We know they are quite a tight-knit bond, but yeah, it's always great to beat your teammate, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, but yeah, who do you reckon you're gonna go for victory with? I'm still putting my money on Thomas, but I could easily be wrong considering the still drying up conditions.
Anything can happen, it's VRL. Yeah, of course, if you were going to put your money on someone right now, you'd have to put it on Thomas. He's about solid 3/4 of a second lap quicker than Sam behind. But, you know, if he makes one mistake, if he lights up his rears, you know, puts a fraction too much throttle on, it's game over.
I hope we can go to dry conditions. I reckon we might be able to do so.
I hope the gods just part the clouds and we get the last 5 laps or so as full attack sprint racing slick tyres.
Yeah,
nevertheless.
It's really fun because I remember my second league race I did on this game, SRL. It was also in Australia, and it was raining for most of the race. And in the end, 10 laps or something, 5 laps, I had nothing to lose, so I said, bugger it, I'm going onto the dry tires, and you could just see who gambled to stay out longer, and you could see gaining yourself time to those intermediates, and it really is fun to see and to drive in. So let's hope it dries up a little bit more.
We'll see. We're not even at half race distance, and I think we're on the way to drying up. Obviously, the drivers have all the telemetry. We have no telemetry.
No,
which
should be fixed.
Could be fixed. Yeah, I agree. But you know, oh well. We'll live and learn.
Yeah.
But it looks like Dalfifa's now put a move on Moraine. Thomas has been chasing Moraine for the last couple of laps since the safety car restart. He's now pushed up into P7. He seems to have a lot of pace, but as we mentioned earlier, Sam, he's got to be careful with them rear tyres. Yeah,
it can be tricky, but I reckon it might be dry near the end of the race, so he might be lucky with that he may have to go onto some dry tyres. And Steve and Barry still going at it. He's still not past him, and that's some great battling between these two.
Yeah, obviously Silverstone circuit is Magic Alonso's getting involved there as well. They're going to be side by side through Woodcote. I'm surprised that there hasn't been any major collisions that I've seen.
No.
Obviously we're not really sure for the cause of the safety car, but yeah, no major collisions as of so far. We're nearly at halfway distance, which is sometimes in VRL you get absolute carnage, but yeah, it's fair play to the drivers.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, they kept it a bit more clean this time. A little less hot-headed from last race. They learned. Of course, a week break between them as well, so that might have helped. And Sam's looking to make a move for P12 on the Belgian Magic Alonso.
Another fastest lap from Thomas, 42.
Yeah, he's extended this gap over the last 2 laps by another 2:10, I believe.
And Gavin's got past SR Compassion. I think he might have done that quite a few laps ago because he's built up a significant gap. He's going to be pushing on now. He's got the pace to probably sneak into the rear end of the points, if I'm honest. If things go his way. But he's got to get through these guys quick.
But it's how like still it is at the front, how busy it is at the midfield and the back of the pack.
Yeah.
I mean, but we're getting Tim and Audible Gamer are both getting closer to Sam, so.
Oh, there's contact! Sam's been sent in a spin. He sent one down the inside of Steve down at Brooklands. Steve turned in. To be fair to Steve, he didn't need to give him the room. Sam was nowhere. His front wing makes a little bit of contact with Steve's rear, and just as we were saying about how clean there's been contact. Commentator's curse at its finest.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, Sam to 14th now, 15th. Sorry, he's gone round again. He's made a mistake at Cox. He's gone off the track.
And Soccer Passion nearly smashes into him as he went a little off track there as well. So things are not looking good for Soccer Passion and Sam as they both went off track. Soccer Passion does seem to have come out with no damage or further spins.
Yeah, he was lucky there.
Yeah, he nearly smashed into him. He had to go over the gravel there. Now he's on an attack from the Brazilian Jamil. He'll see.
Having a go at Jamil's teammate
down the inside. Ooh.
Yeah, just a little bit further forward. Jamil's teammate in the other half is Xavi being attacked by Gavin. He held off the attack quite well for a club actually. And Gavin's still behind in 14th. He will be looking for a way through very soon, I can imagine.
Yeah, of course. Gavin really qualified up there, and we have a spinner. A spinner has gone around Barry. It's the other Ferrari driver, and he's come out behind his teammate. Was there some more contact with Steve there? Was that completely on his own? Steve slowing down. Steve has slowed down to what has he done? To let Barry through.
To let Barry through.
And possibly some contact made there. That's fair play, and that's I don't think any more penalties would be needed for that time.
You know, he's let him through, which is all well and good, but he may have destroyed Barry's race. I'm not sure what happened, but Steve, as we mentioned in qualifying like 12 streams ago, yeah, Steve will be thinking about his penalty points because he's 1 point off a race ban.
Ooh.
And only a couple points up the road is a season ban. So yeah. I mean, fair play to Steve, and it'd be great if more drivers did that. But you know, it's true when you're racing in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking about position and penalty points.
No.
But yeah, fair play to Steve. He's going to try and correct the move and put it correct now. Do it the right way.
Of course, 20 this season for a race ban, 15 for a season ban, and 10 for a qualifying ban.
I believe one of my again through Stowe, I think. But I think he's going to keep the position now. So interesting little thing conspiring here. I'm not sure if the stewards will have something to say about it.
No, of course. Stongan is on vacation, so he's gonna work on his vacation, and I hope for him drivers keep it clean so he can enjoy his time off.
Yeah.
And everything seems to settle a little bit as we're nearly halfway through.
Yeah, things sort of slowing down. It's kind of expected, really.
Yeah.
I do sort of sense it getting drier though, a little bit later on.
It really was like drying up at first, but now is it raining a bit more heavy than a few laps ago? It really is. I would appreciate it if he would go onto the sauce, but I'm not sure if it would be a a good call right now. He'll probably lose more time than he gain, but you know, I mean, we might have a few daredevils. Can we just
I'm just looking on the chat, and I don't think we've got anything in terms of weather, so we're playing it.
Yeah, and Riceman is 41 seconds behind the nearest car.
He's really struggled today.
He really has, and he won't be pleasing the home crowd. And as they see their many of their home men He really is struggling. He really is. But he's keeping. He's gonna keep going. And Steve's made a move on his former teammate Chevy.
You did. Up into 12.
Weird race from Orion here. He really is struggling, just like Riceman, but not as bad as Riceman. He's finds himself down in P8, 1 second ahead of Luke.
Yeah, Moran seemingly struggles from his career in league racing. He just doesn't have. I don't know how to put this, but he doesn't seem to be able to cope as well as other drivers can when it rains. Which is maybe something he should try and focus on, maybe for season 5 when he's got a big break, or if he's got time in between races, because we've seen it a few times in GPRL where he's really struggled.
Yeah. Well, not the most. What did he call him again? The most complete
Decorated driver.
Decorated. I mean, he made that might be the only place he will have to work on then.
He is the most decorated driver in GPL history. There's people on my stream, mate. There's people on my stream. For those on my stream, it is just a backup for Sam's, quite frankly, shocking internet.
It really was my PlayStation, I think, but I'll have to see about that.
Oi!
Ooh, I thought Phil just lost the car there for a moment. So he did go sideways into turn 2. And he nearly lost the car, but he's managed to save it, and now his gearbox seemingly is jammed, but that's just
Luke's
a weird...
off the track.
Ooh, that's not gonna do him any favours. Oh, yeah,
he's slowed down.
Yeah, he definitely has. He's nearly lost 6 seconds towards North Moroni. He was nearly only a second behind a few laps ago. Now he is 8 seconds behind.
That's going to give Moran a bit more of a cushion than he had before. I don't think Moran's going to be going forward, really, if I'm honest. But 8th is still points, and he's got Phil up in 6th, so not a terrible day considering all possible angles. And remember, we've still got 9 laps of racing left, so
yeah,
anything can happen if it is drying up.
It really is drying up, and Tim's still looking to get past Artiple Gamer. I'm not sure about the penalties though.
I'm not sure about the penalties, but yeah, I noticed a little bit less spray.
Ooh, Sam has a penalty. Livered Racing Sam.
Gavin and Steve side by side. Gavin up into P10, so as we mentioned, Gavin up into the points now, and he can push on. He's got Luke only 3.5 seconds up the road. Let's see what he can do with that. So Phil pits. Phil is in the pit lane.
For what?
He's got a 5-second penalty for speeding.
What is he gonna do?
What tyres is he gonna put on?
What?
I think they're slick. They are.
What?
Soft tyres for Phil.
Massive gamble here in front of his home fans, and
if this pays off, this will be.
This could win the race.
Decade.
Sector 3, yellow flag, could that mean another safety car? And Barry also comes into the pits to possibly go on to fit a new set of softs as well. And I see Alfa Romeo pit crew for Jamil also going on to the softs. And so is SR Compassion, so some guys with some real balls here as they go into the pits. And this is what we wanted, and this is what we are gonna get.
We asked for it.
And how's Phil doing? We'll have to keep... oh, look at him struggle. Look at him.
Traction.
No, but it doesn't have to mean anything. When I pitted for my softs, I really didn't have I could barely brake, but after a few laps it was clearing up and I had all the grip in the world and I was able to pick everyone off. So really it could be it could still be a master move.
Well, think back to Australia 2010, the season opener, in real life. Jensen Button strapping on them slick tyres as they were back in the day, the options, went straight off at 10.3 on his outlap, dropped like 20 seconds, came back and won the race. So,
and he said
I think Arnapod Gamer, sorry to cut you off there Sam, he's in the pits. Darth FIFA also in the pits. So it looks like we got a lot of people diving into the pits. What were you saying, Sam?
Of course, he said a year later in an interview that that moment off the track probably won in the race, considering all the other teams. I thought, oh well, he's gone off track. We're no way we're gonna pit for soft yet. And of course, Jensen went on to win the race. So a very good race. Round 3 of that season instead of the season opener. The season opener in 2010 was Bahrain.
DRS is now enabled. Here we
go. Yeah, that is the changing window, and I think might be a master move.
Just as Phil crosses the start-finish line. So if Phil can keep it clean and have a relatively fast lap, he's going to come out ahead of Darth FIFA. These two were battling before they pitted, so he hasn't really gained anything. But if these two, theoretically, if Darth FIFA was really smart about this, he'd work with Phil, not battle him, but get through the lap.
Yeah,
and see where he comes out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you mean. And Phil's only 3 seconds behind Adapal Gamer, who was in P3 and provisional P2 with penalties for Livid Racing Sam. Ooh, he has got a little of a slipper though on exit, and Sam's losing time.
This is important.
Around the outside off track there, Trevi on the inters and Adapal Gamer on the soft, so I reckon it might be time to go onto the soft for Trevi as well.
Relatively quick, this like Adapal Gamer. The top 3 all not pitting. That's an interesting one.
Josh has said I don't agree with the top 3, and he goes into the pits to get out with Marine.
Continues. Steve comes in. Gavin comes in, so it's a real split pot through the top 8 guys. Berry retiring from the session now.
Oh, could that mean a safety car? That will be nice for the people who haven't pitted just yet.
Yeah, that's not what people like Phil need. Talking about Phil.
Look how he's catching up to Sam, who's on the intermediate tyres.
39.6. That's half a second quicker than any lap we've seen so far today. And he's out.
Oh!
Contact, and that's front wing damage for Phil. That's exactly what he didn't need. And
and he's hit Sam round again, who spins for the 3rd time this race. And things escalated very quickly, and it might have been a master move, but if he has front wing damage, I don't think it's gonna be really working out for him, because he has Darth FIFA right on his tail, and he did shoot himself in the foot right there. It's time. I reckon if it keeps raining, it might be. You could say, you know, screw it, I'm gonna keep driving on these tires, but as soon as it stops raining, I reckon stock foreigners are gonna pick everyone off right, left and center, and Thomas is into the pits, and so is Sam, who follows him. Tim goes further on together with Luke, question mark, as he hasn't gotten past the pit just yet.
Well, Luke isn't there yet, but Tim continuing. 5 laps, so basically Tom and
he has some serious doubts, but he goes on. Look, you can see him weaving towards the pit lane and trying to stay on track as well, so he has some serious doubts. He goes on for another lap.
In fact, Tim needs Luke to come out ahead of the guys ahead, and I think he will. He will come out ahead of Thomas and Sam. So that is
look at him struggle.
Half a roadblock, and Tim needs Luke to keep put on the road, and even if they hold him up through one sector, Adapal Gamer ahead of Sam, now challenging Thomas. And if he can get a good exit here, he'll have warm tyres, he'll have DRS as well.
Yeah, but he is on mediums.
He is on mediums.
Or that could be the glitch was fixed. Yeah, that could be a possibility. But look, if we just go on board with Luke here, look at him, he's really struggling for traction. He really is. And look how slow he's getting mocked off here, and there's no stopping anyone at this point. Look at the traction problem he has. And Livid Racing Sam will look to overtake his Livid Racing buddy there.
Tim's got to pit.
Yeah,
You
and
can't go 5
so
laps.
is Luke, and championship leader!
Safety car!
Oh,
Safety car!
Tim's gonna win this race, and he sees his championship rival Steve going out of the race as well. It's almost a dream for him together with VRT Josh. He's spun round at the pit exit there, I believe, just where Perez spun as well. And he's got funneling damage, probably an incident between Steve and look how lucky these guys are. Is Phil gonna come in with that funneling damage as well? What would you do if you were Phil?
Will Tim come out in the lead?
I reckon he will. He's only 18 seconds.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be really close.
Oh, he has to wait.
Go. Thomas has spun.
Oh, under safety car conditions, he's lost the lead, and could Adapal Gamer win the race? Could we see a surprise win? Adapal Gamer is past him out of the pits, and he's leading right now with only a few laps to go. I reckon it's gonna be a short safety car, and could the guy who didn't even score points on his debut win the race?
I tell you what, this race went a little bit dull in the middle. It is well made up for it in the last 8 laps here. Tim on fresh tyres now. He could be a factor. We got Audible Gamer on the medium tyres, leading for the first time in his VRL career. Sam behind. It's a Williams 2-3. That could very easily turn into a 1-2. It could also very easily turn into no points for either of them. So they've got to be careful. We'll have 2 or 3 laps of sprint racing here. All the drivers will be charging their ERS, saving their battery. This is awesome.
I reckon the safety car is going to be very short. I reckon we'll have 2 or 3 laps of sprint racing, as you say. Phil has also come into the pits to fix his front wing damage and put on a new set of softs there, I believe. Livered Racing Sam, he comes out ahead of him. Quicker guys all the way down on the grid there. Travi could be scoring his first point since Baku, and it could only be his second points race finish. Further, really, what's more that to say? I reckon let's just wait and see. Could Reisman catch up? Could his commitment to this race, could that reward him? I really would hope for him. So he's barely in action for this race. He was 41 seconds behind the nearest person for most of the race. Yeah.
Back to Tim. He didn't gain as much from that period as I thought he would.
No.
But still, P5 ahead of Marine. You know, I believe the safety car will be in next lap. So, anything can happen, really.
I think Phil's gonna smash, how do you say, he's gonna be very frustrated considering he was ahead of Darth FIFA until he broke his front wing. And he could have been P2. Or P3 possibly, as he was, I believe, a second ahead of Darth FIFA, so...
Phil was annoyed 2 weeks ago after Austria. This may add salt to the wound. He could have been in the lead. Think of how close Darth FIFA was.
Yeah,
but, you know, he's got 11th, fresh soft tyres. People ahead of him, we know that he's faster than. There's still points finishes on the card for Marine. Sam also in a similar position. And Ridwan's actually got back into the session, so if he might be able to dip his foot into the pot. This will close Riceman back up to everyone else, the second safety car of the day. And I bet Ardapod Gamer is thinking, come on, let's keep this safety car out to the end of the race.
Yeah, definitely. He could join our list of surprise winners here, I believe. Of course, I won my first and only VRL race here. I also got very lucky with a few incidents here and there. He could join the Silverstone list of surprise winners, really. Of course, there was no Season 2 race here. The last race winner, Aaron, Afri Fish.
Yeah, of course, back in Season 3.
Yeah, he was able to get a deton as well with some clever thinking from switching to wets to intermediates. So yeah, he could be just as clever today here if he managed to pull this through. Now, will the safety car come in this lap? I reckon it will. Yes,
Yeah.
it has. It's turned its lights off, and we are ready to go racing again as soon as the safety car pulls in.
I think Article Gamer just wants to handcuff Bernd Maylander to the steering wheel and say, you're staying out, right? You're keeping going.
It really.
It's not gonna happen.
I mean, of course, I have no preference for any of these guys, but I mean, it really we love to see a surprise winner, and of course, Article Gamer would be that person. Of course, let's not forget, Live It Racing, Sam has a penalty to his name, so even if Sam gets past Potato Gamer, he will have to create a 3-second gap, and he's already pulled out 5 tenths on the restart. Then
here we go. So let's try again. This time in dry conditions. This is going to be the first time a lot of drivers are properly braking into some heavy braking zones on the dry tyres. So it's all about who has the most confidence in this position. It looks like Sam right up behind Article Gamer right now.
Yeah, of course, he was able to put off 5 tenths in the first on the restart there.
Oh my God! There's contact between Thomas and
and he will lose quite a few places there. Chevy goes past, he's on to P7, Marine goes up to P4, Tim still on up to P3.
Yeah, up to P3 now.
Oh
Marine
my God.
P4. Magic Alonso P5 pressurizing Marine.
Look, he started out in the top 10, let's just keep that in mind. Oh,
Magic
man,
Alonso was 15th at the intermediate period. He's now up in 5th. So he's a contender for driver of the day. And Sam now, right behind Article Gamer. He's got to go for a move now. Slipstreaming down the hanger straight, down into Stowe. He's going to go down the inside. Sam, in front of his home crowd, moves into the lead. Goes off the track in doing so. I think that's all pretty happy though. And
he has 2 penalties. He has 2 penalties. He'll have to put out 6 seconds in 1 lap or 2 laps. Sorry. And I reckon Article Gamer could just be focusing on Tim as
Phil's trying around the outside of Xavi at turn 1. He's got that moved on. That's impressive. Darth Fever battling with Gavin. It looks like Phil's going to make another move on Darth FIFA, so Phil really on it at this safety car restart.
These guys are creating a bit of a rivalry really from Austria and Silverstone now.
Yeah, they're currently inside each other on my screen.
Yeah, same for me. Oh, Phil has to go onto the grass there. I reckon Darth FIFA might be off track there again. He has to be careful, doesn't go around there. He's punted off, and Live It Racing Sam goes past. And I just want a friendly reminder, Article Gamer has no penalties. Guess who does? Tim Wentig and Sam. So Sam has 2 penalties, Tim has 1. Could he win this race on penalties?
Article Gamer is in the driver's seat with a lap and a half to go. This would be awesome if he could hold on and win.
Oh my goodness.
This has really turned out to be an incredible race. Thomas, who was leading, looked so comfortable, spun under the safety car, then had contact with Darth FIFA, now down in 13th place, and I don't think he's going to score points today. As we start the final lap of the race, Sam, quickest lap is a 28.5. That's going to count for nothing if he can't pull out 7.5 seconds this lap, which I don't think he's going to do.
I don't think either. Now, I don't think he's gonna win on track, but I think he won't give a F about that, as he's probably gonna win this race on penalties.
I think he is. Magic Alonso close to Luke. Luke will have DRS in the car ahead. That's going to keep him ahead. Meanwhile, Phil he'll have DRS and he should be able to make a move on Gavin down the inside of Brooklyn.
Ooh, some wheel banging, and it's some good racing. Very nice.
Phil on the softer tyre gets better traction around the outside. They're going to be wheel to wheel through Woodcote. Down the inside goes Gavin. He's
that's a Darth FIFA off. Darth FIFA off track, and that might be on purpose, but he's off and he won't score any points today.
Right. Yeah, I said it's gone from bad to worse for Williams. Phil, I'm not able to get past
Gavin just yet, but
Gavin, that's it.
But look at the pack there in the last 2 corners, or 3, sorry, and I reckon Tim, don't do
Sam.
anything. He's gonna win on track. He is gonna win in front of the home crowd. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be the Dutchman, Aardappel Gamer, who's gonna win. No, he's got no fuel.
He wins.
He wins! He wins! And Marijn moves up to P2 with more penalties. It's a Dutch 1-2. It's a Dutch 1-3 actually.
1, 2,
and
3.
Aardappel Gamer wins in Silverstone. Gets in there. That's an amazing drive and an amazing race as well. And it really looks to be Thomas from the start. But it's gonna be Aardappel Gamer in the end. Number 1. Good drive.
I have to say, the VRL. How you guys do it? You constantly put up incredible races. Aardappel Gamer coming from nowhere, winning the race. He's got to be ecstatic.
He really has to be. It was a very well-deserved drive. Man, what a race! That came out of nowhere.
It really did. I was thinking halfway through, okay, this is slowing down a bit, and then you know, classic.
Yeah, it really is, and it's a Dutch podium. Good drive by all 3 of them, and it's no Wormers podium, even though they were running 2-3 after the safety car restart. Wow, man.
Couple people in.
Yeah, of course, Aardappel Gamer P1, Marijn P2, Tim P3, Livid Racing Sam in P4, Livid Racing Luke in P5, ahead of his Racing Point teammate and Livid Racing teammate in P6, Sam, and Magic Alonso coming from P11 or P12, I believe, Gavin YouTube in P8, and I wasn't able to see the rest, sorry, I was just already looking to go to the invites, as I'm really looking forward to talking to these guys. And I believe it's another podium for Marijn as well. He's really been racking up the podiums. So has Tim. Yeah, of course. They were really doing the bits out there today, and they all 3 deserve to be on that podium, especially Aardappel Gamer. I have to add him.
Week.
Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame. We'll miss you. Definitely, we'll miss you.
I'm going racing actually.
Ah, nice. So you'll have your own little race. 24 hours, right?
Yeah. No, that's not till May. I'll let you know.
So we wait on the 3 gentlemen to join the podium race interviews.
I'm gonna stop the live stream now.
Yeah, sure.
I'll delete it as well.
I have pressed invite, right? Or no, surely I have. Would be nice. Maybe I'll send again. Oh, Marijn's joined. Welcome. I mean, that podium came out of nowhere. You were running P8 for most of the race. Congratulations on it, though.
It's a stolen podium, really. I was in 10th the whole race, and then in the end to get second, the safety car. We were in the party and Phil said, "Oh God, if there is a safety car now," and it immediately popped up when he said it. And then I didn't even have a warning up until that point, and I got 1 in the final lap. But yeah, I was checking the race director and I only saw that the car won. Aardappel Gamer didn't have a penalty, but he had 2 warnings, so maybe he was gonna get another. but
Yeah.
he didn't. So
No.
that's really...
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I'm gonna ask the question, but I think I already know the answer. Are you happy with the podium, or, I mean?
Yeah, well, it's this is a stolen podium. I didn't deserve this at all. My pace on intermediates was terrible. It was alright on the wets, but I couldn't pass the cars ahead because on full wets it's so difficult to get a move done. But yeah, on the intermediates I fell back so much. And to get P2 is unbelievable.
Maybe not. My penalty might get removed.
Well, you were talking about your penalty, then of course you only had one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, but
I lost the backhand completely in cops and came back on track, but got a warning.
Did you have more more warnings after?
No.
Of course, penalties aren't regularly removed, and I also already received a message from Sam that he might also be looking to get a penalty removed as well. But let's just focus on the race for now. Tim, P2, or P3, sorry, are you happy with the result, or were you looking for more on your worst circuit of the calendar, as you said before the race?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I was actually quite happy that it was raining almost the whole race, because I had really good pace on it. And I started P12, wasn't really happy with it, but had a really good start and gained 2 positions already. So it was P10, and then the next 2 laps gained another 5 positions. So it was P5 on the wet tire, and my pace overall on the rain was just really good.
So,
but then, oh yeah.
No, go on. Sorry, I thought you were finished.
It's obviously unfortunate. You could have won the race if you didn't get the penalty. But yeah, I'm really happy with the results. I mean, it's good points. I don't know where Steve finished, but I've definitely closed the gap.
He had a DNF, so...
Yeah.
Oh, then I really closed the gap.
You did. You very much did. And
I did as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know which position were you before this race.
20 something points behind, so low 20 points, so 21 or 22 or something.
It's really gotten close again after Steve did pull quite a hefty lead, but of course, how are you looking forward to the championship? Do you really think you're going to be able to even challenge for it, or maybe even win it, Tim?
I wouldn't say winning it, but I'm definitely going for at least second. That's my goal to achieve. Some people are quicker than me, but are still behind me. But I'm sure they'll maybe overtake me in the championship later on.
Yeah, of course, that's the target. You're gonna have to stick around to see how that evolves. We can't hear from other gamers. I'll retry to send an invite. Alex, do you have any questions for these 2 gentlemen?
All kept it nice and clean. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
anything else to comment? Preparations for next week?
No.
No practice.
Keeping that card very close to their chest.
What's the next track?
I don't know.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
Germany or Spa or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Of course. I've asked my questions to you. I'm just looking to get Artable Gamer in. Germany.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end off the stream. I don't think we're able to get a word from Artable Gamer there. No, but thank you at least Marine and Tim for joining. Good race, and also all around a good race. I hope you can join us for Germany next week. It'll be a very interesting race. And yeah, go on.
Are we doing a meme review?
Oh, please,
Oh.
please, 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 please.
I don't know. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll have to come up with something. I'll try.
I'll send you some tasty footage of Dark FIFA and RT Thomas.
All right then. But I'm gonna end off the stream for now at least, and I hope to see you in Germany next round. Thank you for watching.